another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach. It's time to dish tea with Big Meach.
Darling.
Woo! Good Lord. Hello. Hello. To all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, my tea baggers, and my tea biscuits, honey.
Tea baggers is crazy.
What's your tea? What is your tea, honey? Hello there. Darling, it's another glorious day, darlings. And I know you're all your crumpets together because why? You know what time it is, honey. It's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings. With Big Meach and the big guy ally over here, honey, the minister himself, honey. This is Lavelle Hayes, big red fella. What you know no good, baby?
Hey, it's the 2.0 show, baby.
Listen. Thank you guys for coming up in. Because guess what? Woo! Guess what?
Celebrate good time.
Come on. Darlings. As of July 1st, 2025, Dishing Tea with Big Meach has turned 16 years old, honey. So thank you to all of you who come on and watch and support us and carrying on. Those of you who put up with all of my shenanigans and all the red shenanigans, honey. When Nikki's up in here, all of her shenanigans and carrying on.
Three the hard way, man.
Three the hard way, baby. You know we love saying that. Listen, we thank you so much. We thank you. I'm going to put up, if you guys want to hear yourself on the radio, because you do know that what we did for our 15th season was we acquired a full radio station. We were no longer a show. We became a full radio station. So WTEA Radio was our gift to ourselves and to you so that we can sit down there and broadcast the way that we do, have wonderful music and vintage shows and carrying on from back in the day, and also introduce you to some new things that we have coming along the line. So WTEA Radio is now the home of everything here, along with our other platforms. Right. And because Red has already been in the radio system, WAHR, which is our brother station, of course, is also doing the thing. So when you see us, you see the lovely WAHR, WTEA, honey. That there's who we are, and we are powered by Live 365. Thank you, Live 365.
Bask in it.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. It is absolutely sitting us there, and we thank you guys for your love and your support and everything. So today, we're going to get into a couple things up in here, darlings, and all of that. Let me take my light off my phone, child. We sit up here. Y'all see, we try to get, we got a little set and carrying on.
Disclaimer.
We got a disclaimer.
Some things said this evening you may not like.
Oh.
So I suggest you put your steel toes on.
Oh.
All right. Because we're going to talk about a lot of things, including behavior that make you end up tied up on the pool table.
Oh.
Love it.
Okay, wait a minute. So y'all gonna make me tell my business. Okay.
Your business.
Okay, but I think y'all like when I tell my business for whatever reasons, honey. Okay. And we're gonna get into a little bit of it tonight, okay? So listen, grab all your crumpets and stuff, darling, because we got a couple of topics that hey Tiff, grab a couple of your cocktails and things and some crumpets, baby, because we're going to get into a few things. Today, we're going to start with trying to understand the upgrade. Y'all know when Beyonce came up with the song, and time to upgrade, just Sierra came up with the song, level up, level up, level up, level up. Okay. And we are going to tackle this because I'm going to be very transparent here. Okay.
Like Scott State?
Okay, 3M. Okay. MEACH, and more MEACH, honey. Oh, that's 4, but wait a minute. I had an experience recently. Okay. And because of this experience, it's something that I had never done in this capacity, right? So I try. No. I'm trying to remove the word "try" from my vocabulary. Okay, right? Because either you do it or you don't. Okay.
Yeah, that part.
All right. You either you're doing it or you don't.
That
right?
Part.
The whole idea of try it convolutes things because you could say you're trying all day, but if there's no effort behind it, you're not doing anything. So what it is, I'm embarking on, some new things in my life or whatever. And in embarking on these things, some of it is fun little challenges because, I got folk in my ear, think that because I'm the rainbow child that I am, honey, that certain things is just, not in my wheelhouse or whatever. Or I won't be able to handle myself in certain situations. So what ended up happening was I went to a strip club, right? And it's not, let me be very specific here. This is the first time that I went to a strip club that is in this capacity. The first time like this, okay? The very first time I went here in Atlanta, I was ambushed, okay? And Haji, if you on the line, you know what I'm talking about. Haji's up there and was taking me to this place. He was like, just come follow me, follow me, follow me. And I'm like, where the fuck are we going? Okay. And then when we got over here to Little Miss Thing, honey, I'm like, bitch, why are we here? Just come on inside. Just go, and he strong armed me in a little bit. And I felt a little out of place because, as a gay man or whatever, I don't like going into straight spaces, not necessarily unannounced, but, I have to, not dumb down, but I have to turn down, my flame or whatever in order to see where I fit in because
he has to use the sugar substitute. Woo!
And you know what? We on the same camera. I can't dumb down. I can't. He liked that one. Okay.
Sweet low.
Sweet. Oh, no. Sugar twin, honey. Actually, I'm more of stevia and agave.
Brought to you by the other people.
Okay. So I went there, and that experience was that because that was what it was. That was something else. This time when we went, okay, what it was for me, I was like, I instantly got into a tube, right? Because y'all understand something. Being a baller shot caller like that and carrying on, that has never been part of my walk in life or whatever, right? My money don't come that way. So me going to blow money, just to give a bitch $1 for shaking her ass or whatever, that's not something that I necessarily run to. Okay. However, now you may say, but you went to go see the boy dancers. Yes, but I did not necessarily go run to them either. They were just at the club. That happened. I went to the club, but they just happened to have dancers. Okay, so that's a different. So I went, and here it is of trying to upgrade myself, right? Because I'm going into a space where the people that I'm with, this is places they know the girls, they had a string of girls. They just what they do. So I'm like, okay, not that I'm trying to be something that I'm not, but I can handle myself. Well, I was a little pissed because when we walked in, when we tried to pull it up, they had all the damn parking spots blocked off. So this one little child he wanted $40 to park the damn car. So we were like, okay, hold up. Let's go. We got to get the coin and carry on. We'll be right back. Just leave us here and this, that, and the other. So now I don't know what's happening or whatever. I'm new. So then we get to the door. It was $20 to get in the door. I'm like, okay, not bad. $20. Okay, we're going to the club. Well,
right.
They wouldn't take the card. They wanted cash. But you could use the ATM over there.
Yeah, our ATM.
I'm like, carrying on. The first person that was in front of me was having problem with his card. And, and all of that. So it wasn't that he didn't have the money, just the card was acting funky, right? So I'm like, okay. So I go up and, I'm going to give her little $20 and carrying on. And because I'm going to take like 40 and that'll be cute for me or whatever for the night. Bitch, this damn ATM said they're only giving out money in $100 increments. What do you want? 100, 200, 400, 500. I'm like, bitch, what? So immediately I had an attitude. Immediately. Okay. Then, not just $100 minimum to pull off the damn thing. There was a $10 fucking service fee. So now I got to pay $10 to you, and my bank charge is $3. That's $13 to get $100 that I didn't want to get off this motherfucker, right? So I'm like, okay. Because now I'm slightly in a little pickle because my money ain't dropped yet or whatever. And I was kind of in a pickle. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna take this hit because I can work it around on the back end. I got it, right? So don't you go, hush. I heard that. Don't you do that. Don't you do it. Shush.
No, I was just trying to figure out.
Okay.
How sick did you have to be to work that back in?
Wait a minute. Thank you, Miko. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Okay, happy anniversary to you as well, darling. Yes. Jan said, you need to come to the grand opening of my new strip club, Gingers and Dementia. We accept AARP oxygen donations, coupons for 20% off at Denny's. You know what, Miss Thing? I'm going to beat your ass because you...
That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull up and make it hell with bingo chips.
You know what? Let me come up in there with my entertainment coupon book, bitch.
Bingo. Y'all got a dancer named Bingo?
Okay. So, now... So now, I'm here and I got to and then of course, the damn thing is dispensing money only in $100 bills. So now my nerves starting to get riled because I'm like, okay.
What your head going to
do? So I'm getting a little that way.
You was switching?
Okay. Not yet.
Oh.
But I'm like, okay. Well, cool. We'll get some change, right? That's what I'm telling. Nobody had fucking change. The bitch at the door sitting up here telling her it's $20 to get in. So we like, okay. But I ain't got no change. Well, then my partner that was with us, whatever, he said, listen, I'll just pay everybody. Y'all just give me $20 back of this, that, and that. Okay, fine. Get her off the back. Well, in the parking garage, the parking man, he stood up there following us to think that we done got lost in the damn thing. We told him we right here trying to handle something, man. We'll be with you in a minute. We ain't going no goddamn where. Oh, excuse me. So
do that when you go to those places. They stalk you, man. And I done seen a person, the coat lady at an establishment before, come find the person that said they was coming back to pay $2 for the thing. When they would come to pick up their coat.
okay, right. So anywho, so now me being me, you know, I'm like, fuck it, you know. Hell, I'll pay the parking to get this motherfucker off our back. Y'all just swing that back to me, this, that, and the other. I paid this damn $40. He give me back this little change. Partner's still going through trying to get his little shit together. So now I'm out $60 because partner who paid the $20 now sweating every motherfucking body for his goddamn $20. Now I'm starting to get a little pissed because he already owed me some money, but I didn't bring that up. But I'm like, nigga, I know motherfucking well you ain't sweating me for $20. And I stopped right there. Yeah, because I said that all inside. So now I'm like, okay. So I'm standing around looking like a lump on the stump, right? And I'm saying to myself, bitch, I am $60 in the whole. Okay.
I've listened to what I'm getting ready to say about that particular business. There are nights that I've heard where you out of $100, $150 before you ever get into
the door, right? Yeah.
Before you ever get in, that first 100, 150 gone.
Yeah, I've heard. And this, and so now I'm sitting there saying to myself, bitch, you are completely out of your league, honey. This is nowhere near what the fuck you do. Right? You don't do this. Okay. And so now I'm trying not to be in my feelings because mind you, I'm still new to this shit. And I'm saying, MEACH, come for the experience, honey, because okay. And then I'm sitting there telling myself, I don't need my partners to, you know, because they ready to razz on me, right? They ready to pounce. If anything rainbow-ish come the fuck out my mouth at this particular point, they're ready to pounce. So I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna act like I'm Mac Daddy, but I would tell you what I did. In my head, I got bitches in front of me, honey. I had niggas in my head. I'm like, okay, I know exactly who the fuck this is. And that's how I was sitting up here working it in my head, right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, what the first dance that I had, okay, I had been eyeballing this girl all night. But the thing of it is now, I'm a breast man, okay? She wasn't all that busty for me, okay? And she was on another dude or whatever, but we kept making eye contact, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, God damn it, she was the one who came to me, okay? So she walked directly over about this table shit. Like I say, I'm new. A partner sweating me for the $20 goddamn dollars, running through, right? He done went to the bar, got him a goddamn cocktail, came back looking at us, something. Well, hell, what y'all gonna do? Where y'all want to sit? We ain't sitting here because this bitch said VIP $20 per seat. No. Okay. Not knowing what the hell is going on. I'm like, listen, you know. Well, what I said, nigga, this is my first time here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Go find a goddamn seat and let me follow you. Shit.
Wait. You had an anxiety attack?
Huh? No. It was pissing me off because I'm like, he stood up there like, well, what the fuck y'all doing? What the fuck you mean? What the fuck we doing? Nigga, shit. Right? So, so now we get to the table. We get to the table. So now we had someone with us. And she wanted to have the Atlanta experience. And she heard about the strip clubs of Atlanta, carrying on. So we're here for her, right? Because this is her little doo-wop. Okay. It's her little doo-wop, right? So when it was all suggested, okay, then it got, we going. I'm like, oh, shit. Let me go ahead on and get this on out the way so they can leave me the fuck alone, right? So like I said, Miss Thing come up to me, and what was her name? I can't think of her name right now. But she come up and she said, hey. I said, hey, baby, how you doing? She said, I'm good. She said, can I dance for you? And everybody looking at me, right? Now everybody looking at me. They looking at me. They looking at me like, what you gonna do, nigga? What? Okay? Everybody look. And now here's the tea. The tea is they looking at me like, what the fuck you gonna do, nigga? But they gonna give me that. It's up on you, man. It's up on you. Right? Knowing if I said, no, baby, I'm good. That first one was going to be them. They're gonna clown me. So I'm like, okay, let me take the hit. I'll take the hit. I got a couple singles, and now I got like $20, $30 in singles or whatever. So I'm like, okay, let me be cool. We got a whole night to go through, so let me ration out these little things. Well, little Miss Thing that we with, honey, the girl who's not supposed to be, she's scared. Okay.
What's she scared of?
Scared because she's like, well, I don't know. She dancing. I don't know what to do. And I said, honey, no, we just go sit down there and you just make it rain on them, right? And I know that part because I watched enough of the
He said make it rain.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you something.
What?
You wanted to make it rain, right?
Uh-huh.
But you didn't want to get wet.
That's why it's called umbrellas. Exactly. Okay.
You were making it drizzle.
Hello. No. My money was funky. So, okay. So I'm like, okay. So, girl, she danced and then she said, all y'all together? I said, yeah, we all together. So then she went in the circle, right? She doing her little thing in the circle and this, that, and that, blah, blah, blah. So then she made her home with me for a minute, right? And I'm like, okay, so I'm, and okay, we having like a little conversation or whatever. That was cute, right? Okay. Well, then, my partner sit up there. Now he talking to another girl. Took her down to the bar. I don't know if he bought her a drink or not, but he talking to this, that, and the other. And what's funny is he keeps saying, I don't do this and blah, 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 but you run your mouth. Okay. And I'm like, okay, that's your story. Well, then, for whatever, they don't talk, she don't talk them to go in to play pool, right? So now, when I uprooted, moved over to the other side where the pool table is, okay? So I'm like, okay, well, cool,
Did you shoot pool?
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. No, I did not. I thought I was going to, but then what happened? Had another girl come up on me, right? Now she came up.
Damn, boy.
She come up and she was like, hey, Dan. I was like, hey, baby, what's going on?
What you had on, fur on?
Huh?
You had some fur on?
No, I had one of my oils, honey.
It was like, damn, that's nice.
No, actually, that particular night I had on my ward too. Okay.
He had on trick milk.
Right. Okay. So we're there. And so now with her, she was in over there with us in our little section or whatever for the half a minute. And she ear hustling and can't see what we were about and things. So, she came up to me and she did her little thing or whatever. Now, this particular one, though, I knew she was a sympathy dance for me. Because when I looked at her, she wasn't the best body. She was a homegirl body or whatever. She had a little pooch. That's cute, little pooch. But she was the girl that, she got 3 babies at home or whatever. Just that last little bit of baby fat she trying to get rid of and things. And that's how it was, right? So that was my sympathy, you know, because she had been around in the circle and things. So I said, okay, you know, I'll go.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Okay, well, okay. Did anybody give you some type of life sad story, struggle story?
No.
No, they didn't do that to you.
I didn't get that one.
Okay.
No.
That's usually the MO when you go.
But now see here, can I give y'all a proviso on this? One of the things about going to these kinds of establishments is this. I'm a drag queen, okay? And so understanding that, you know, tips are not guaranteed, okay? You basically work for the pay. So, but those of us who are dancers and this, that, and other, where tips are essential, okay? As someone who understands that, I don't mind tipping, right, and carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the camaraderie tip, like, okay, hey, you're doing a good job, and like, you know. But you also got the sympathy tip, like, girl, I know you out here struggling, bitch. Ain't nobody here, girl. Take this so you can say you did something.
So that diaper ain't working.
Okay. This particular girl, she was that for me, right? So that's dance number 2, right?
So you gave out some pity money.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I did.
He's a good guy, y'all. He really is.
I did.
He is.
And so
Pity.
So then girl number 3 came. Okay. Girl number 3 came, and that was really cute, right? She was cute, you know. Now
don't forget, this is his first time.
Okay, so she came over and she doing her little do and things, and I'm like, okay, cute.
Well,
now,
I gotta ask you.
What?
I gotta ask you. You count through the women. You know what I'm saying? You boss of England, I guess. But any of them get naked?
The first one did.
So let me ask you this question. When she got naked and went to dance, right? Did she doggone did she put it on you?
She sat in my lap. She came up and she was riding my lap and carrying on.
So the fish was in your lap.
She tried to plate up, yes.
Really? So at any time she put the fish right on your leg or kneecap?
Yeah.
Okay. She's trying to tell you can get it.
That's not my love language.
No, I'm saying, but you know, she dressed up like, you know what I'm saying, T.D. Jakes or something like that. No, she was.
I'm not looking at your ass. I'm not looking at you. You hear me? I'm not looking at you. Okay. So now, like I said, girl number 3 came. Now here's what the tea was. Okay. Girl number 3 came. And she come. But the other girl, little Miss Thing, honey, had got my partner all riled up. Okay? Got my partner. Partner was sitting up there. Now he's sitting there trying to be cool and shit, right? And being him. Okay, he smooth Mac Daddy and carrying on and things, and you know, shit don't shine, honey, unless he come in, right?
He went to the Academy of Complimentary.
Okay, so now girlfriend then came, and I get sent to the bar to go get singles. Go get me some singles. Okay. Okay. Now, come back. She's working him. Her girlfriend come over, and girlfriend working me, right? Then they had the little play thing going on too, where the 2 of them went over to partner, the other 2 they came back over to me, right? Had a little do-I-did and carrying on. So now I am with a little bit of going I had. My singles are gone, right? And I just exhausted everything. And I said, okay, that's it. I am done. Okay. Well, this is when the 4th girl came. Okay. Now I saw her when she came in, and so she is coming in to start her night. She came directly.
Oh, you saw shift, so you was there for shift change.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So she came directly to me from the back room, and she just started dancing on me. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, baby, I'm good. Wait a minute, back up a little bit, because before her, there was another girl that came to me, right? And she come walking over to me, and I stopped her. I was like, hey, baby, I'm good. She said, what that's supposed to mean? I ain't said nothing.
She do that to you?
And I said, baby, you don't have to say nothing. I said, but no, I'm good. And so she come up and she put her arms on me like this, you know, and she wanted to talk.
She wanted to look in your eyes.
And this, that, and the other. So we had a little conversation, you know. And so now,
she's trying to hypnotize you.
Now, you know, and she's using, you know, divine feminine energy, honey. And I'm like, okay. Now, let me be a little transparent here. I will say this in full confidence, okay? I'm not trying to flame out.
Right.
Okay? Because I don't know what environment I'm in. You know what I mean? So even though I know my partners and them got my back and all that old bullshit or whatever, I need to have my own. So I'm always looking out for me, right? And so when it comes down to girls and women and carrying on, I don't necessarily flame out unless I have to when they come on a little too strong. But this time, you know, she was nice and this, that, and the other, and we are in this environment. So I stayed in my low ranges. You know, I'm talking like this. Hey, I'm good and da 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 da.
Oh, so you went into Mac Daddy Pimp Gangster.
I'm not Pimp Gangster. I'm just here. I'm here. Okay.
So
and
what do you want to do?
So we're talking and things. And like I told her, I said, well, you were just with my sister friend down there. I said, we're all here to let her have an experience of this and the other. She said, oh, yeah. She said, well, where you from? And so we're talking and talking. And then what did she say? She was going to turn $1, turn or something. And she said, do you know what that means? I said, no, baby. I said, I'm not hip to the lingo or whatever. I don't know.
Did she say turn the trick?
No, it wasn't turn the trick.
Oh.
What it was is, you know, because
Did she say catch a play?
What?
Did she say catch a play?
No, it was turn or something. It was turn $1, turn or something. Whatever it was, basically because I wasn't giving her no money, she's trying to go make her money. So, you know, she see me on the go back. I come back around. Okay. I'll see you when I come back around. That's basically how she explained it to me. And I'm like, okay, you know, cool. So now, like a then come fourth girl and carrying on, and she's sitting up here, she doing and she going and da 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 dee, and I'm sitting up there like, okay, yeah, thank you, but no, I'm good, and she's just still going. Now I didn't ask her to dance.
Well, how come? Let me ask you something. Being the man that you are,
the man that I am,
man, yeah, that you are. All right. How uncomfortable was that for you when they were
He's trying to get the right words. When they were what?
I can't get it up.
Just say it. I can handle it.
Okay, let's say it way back to this. You were there, right?
Yeah.
When they were on you. Did you have any illness? Because I know in Atlanta they get naked. So at some point, you know what I'm saying, a vagina might braze your arm or something. Or you might accidentally get a finger action. Did that happen to you?
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Because it happens sometimes. You're not trying to.
Right.
But some of them dance so wild, I can remember like you end up touching things.
Well, I didn't necessarily touch things. Okay, and I was very strategic with how, because we danced. I'm in my chair dancing with her, carrying on, and I wanted to make sure I did not touch her breasts. I make sure that, I didn't necessarily slap her ass or whatever because
Wait, you went all the way to you ain't slapped no.
For what? I didn't know.
Oh Lord, you ain't been one yet.
So I'm holding, I'm grabbing, but I didn't slap.
No, you should have been.
That's money. Okay. Now again, what I say, I'm a drag queen, honey. Okay. So one of the things we do know is certain shit that you do, you're gonna pay for that. I'm on a limited budget, so I'm together.
Oh, well, you should have did one thing.
That's why I grabbed and I just held and swiveled, right?
But see, grabs be on sale sometimes.
Anywho.
You should just use one thing.
Anywho. What they did was they got to bouncing on me so tough.
Yeah.
Okay. To where they were trying to wake up my member. And I was like, girl, did you just hit? I was like, did you just? And I'm like, oh, and it was at that moment, the bitch in me was a pop. Say, girl, what are you trying to do? Right? But I said, no. I kept it in. Oh, you kept
your member in?
Fuck you.
You want to put on members on your jacket?
That's good. That was good. I can't touch whatever. Okay. So that's what that was, right? And carrying on. So little Miss Thing, now, the girl dancing and carrying on, and I didn't touch her, I didn't nothing, and carrying on. And then now she got to the point, make it rain on me, daddy. Make it rain on me.
Oh boy, that didn't break you down.
And I'm like, girl, I would like to, but no, I'm good. Okay. And the reason why I said I would like to is because
set up in my savings, my check.
Exactly. Okay. But what it was is that hell, I'm out of coin. And then the little Miss Thing, how that was working my partner, her money was on the floor. Again, I'm a drag queen. It comes down to them tips, bitch. If I had did anything and that money got to meddling on the floor, whatever, it was going to mix in with the other girl's money. And then it would have been, and I didn't want, I'm in my own head, but like, no, we're not going to do that, right? And you just got here, bitch. No, you ain't gonna pick up nobody else's money. You just walked in the motherfucking door. Now that's where I am, okay? So I'm like, okay, well, I got a little nervous.
You said that real fast.
Okay. I got a little nervous because she got up and she had a little attitude, but then she went and directly grabbed her phone. And everything in me said, if she called the motherfucking security over here, it's going to be a real problem. And why did my mind go there initially? Because I'm like, okay, because number one, you trying to work me and everybody in here for a cash grab. And bitch, okay, wait a minute. And I'm a new face. Oh, wait. Okay. But that didn't happen, praise the Lord. So cool.
They will.
So then.
When you're in places like that, security, when they call security on you, it'd be something serious. Something serious, like you gave her a thumbs up.
Right, yeah. Okay. So that was that particular thing. Then, now, I had another one come up to me, honey. But, child, I saw her when she was coming through, and I said, that girl gonna come over here to me. But what it was, now she's a thick girl, healthy girl, okay?
Okay, in a nutshell. All right.
What?
In a nutshell. Because you and your feelings, you can go on all night about it.
No. Not this girl. When she came up to me, when she was walking the club and everything. Now, mind you, I've been drinking a little bit, and
I've been drinking watermelon.
Okay. And child, when she had walked through, if y'all remember the fish from Finding Nemo, the blue fish or whatever, child, the way how the light hit her face and her profile, I just started laughing to myself and I couldn't stop. I said, oh my God, she looked like Finding Nemo, and I can't help it.
No.
Okay, and then now my partner sitting up there said whoever said yes to her, they should have been fired the next day. Because my partner don't like big girls like that or whatever. And then, now her titties, she had big titties, but they were droopy and sloppy and carrying on. And, it was somebody there for everybody, okay?
But who was that for?
When it wasn't for
oh, that was for Willie Earl.
And yeah, okay. And for the children who like it, okay, and carrying on. Now,
you want to lick her waist and her nipple
at the same time, okay. They start from the bottom up. Okay, so
I'm from the bottom now. You hear?
Okay, so that was that. So she had made a beeline over to me after she had just got through dancing at the bar. Now somebody did. She had, oh my goodness, she had about $200-$300 at the bar. Okay, because it was two guys that was on at the bar. And then after she picked up that money, then she come walking over to me. Because again, I'm a sore thumb. Because I'm sitting here by myself. Everybody else is doing their little thing. I'm sitting here like I'm ready to go. Okay, and I'm sitting up here and I close my eyes and I'm sitting up here putting it to the ethers. I said, okay, little Miss Thing, we are here for you. And I know you about ready to go, honey. Tell these motherfuckers you ready to go home so we get the fuck up out of here. Okay, and I'm willing that. It took about 15 minutes after I started willing that and we were gone. Okay. But she came over and I said, baby, I'm good. She said, you good there? I said, baby, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Okay. So that was that. And then I'm like, okay, let me get up out of here. Right. Now I get this whole long story because we're talking about upgrading. Okay. So of course, the upgrade is, having new experiences, going into new atmospheres and carrying on, the upgrade is supposed to be where you're taking yourself from one point and you're going better. You're doing better. You're doing, okay, all of that. Right?
Yeah.
And the question that I have that sparked this is it really an upgrade? Okay. Do we call it an upgrade or do we think folks fake the funk? Okay.
Now, what do you mean by that last part?
What, fake the funk?
Yeah.
That's good. Let's go there. When you're faking the funk on an upgrade, are you only keeping up with the Joneses because you think that that's what it's supposed to look like? And you doing this and you really can't afford it?
Oh, you're leasing with an option
to buy.
So instead of going to American Signature Furniture at Plug with Free,
right?
Okay, you go to Aaron's. Because they coming to get you.
Right. Okay. Right. So all of that is this is a conversation because I'm gonna tell you something. That night fucked with me, and it is starting a new trend. I'm 55 now, so I know I'm going into a new wave of life right now, and I'm experiencing some things where I'm like, okay, oh, wait a minute, okay. I'm out of my comfort zone. And that's the other question that I got. Is the comfort zone a lie? Is it real or is it a lie? We'll get to that in a minute.
It's memory.
Okay. So I'm out of my comfort zone or whatever. I know I don't ball like this. This has never been me. So I said, oh shit. Okay, you know what? Hell, fuck no. Okay, because I'm watching partner take 500 out of his motherfucking account. Okay, the thing got to that ain't me. Okay, that ain't me. Not to give to a bitch. What? That ain't me. So now, knowing that.
Okay.
Then it becomes what?
Stop. I'm sick of it.
What?
Now, don't you tip at the drag shows with all that damn inflammatory stuff?
Not like that, but I do.
Okay, so now you want to play the not like that game.
I have never gone and gave no bitch no goddamn $100.
But if you, I see what you're doing with your response. I'm not going. You got to get to somebody.
No.
I know what I'm saying, but I see what you're doing. You're trying to overpower with something I'm not saying. Now, what I'm telling you
Yes.
is yes or no. That's all it is. Don't you tip them fakatoys. You know what I'm saying?
Watch your mouth.
I said fakatoys. What?
When I go to drag shows, yes, I do tip. I even tip dancers.
Don't get me wrong. I have no problem against the community. I'm definitely a supporter, like $100 bra. Look, okay, you understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm trying to. It's no different from you doggone giving dude look like a lady $1 versus giving Shaniqua Laquan $1. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I'm just. It should be something because your voice went into a passionate level of did I pay that fish?
No, you misunderstood.
No, I ain't mishear.
No, did you misunderstand? No,
You said it was, your voice went into this. What in the heck? I would never. No, okay, but
when I listen, no.
You said like it's a bad thing.
No.
But guys have put women through college.
Understand all that. I get that. What you ain't hearing is I'm not the motherfucker to put anybody through college if it ain't my kids. I have never done that. I've contributed and done my thing.
But did you just hear you?
What? How my voice just went up?
And the MF was coming out. It's okay.
Yeah, it is okay, but I'm making a point. The point that I'm making
but we
is,
get it though. We don't.
Yeah, no. The point that I'm making.
Him mad because she.
Okay. No, I'm not. See, now you put words in my mouth. Stop that. The whole idea is.
A lot of stuff in your mouth. I don't complain about it.
Damn, I can't fuck with that one. But here's the tea. The point that I'm making is that, for those who make this a lifestyle for them, okay, this is what they do. Listen, my road dog, honey, when we're together and we go to the clubs and carry on, now, when I'm out and I'm at the club, I like the dancers, right? I like the dancers. Well, I'm at the male strip clubs or whatever. I like the dancers. I'm still limited on what I'm going to give them. Okay, now my road dog, on the other hand, honey, now he is,
So you be acting like you cheap when you're.
Huh?
You be cheap.
Call it what you will. Okay, I'll take that. I listen. That the weave around me. I will be cheap. Okay, if that's what the fuck it is. Yes, I only have a certain amount of money that I'm going to play with, and that there is that. Okay, my tax bracket has never been up there to where I say that 500 at a strip club is something apropos for me. Those who can do that, God bless them, God keep them, honey. I love that. Because that's what I'm talking about, the upgrade, okay, and the come up and the this and that. Because when is it that we look at this and say, are you upgrading yourself or are you faking the funk? And the other part of that is, if you realize you're out of your league,
right?
Okay, are you really out of your league? Or are you just new to the experience because you've never done it this way and you're learning how it works? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm rolling with you. I hear you.
You see? So all of what I'm going through, yes, I'm very passionate about, this, that, and the other. Would I like to be that guy that got expendable cash like that? Lord knows I would. I can sit down there and do, what was the bitch name? Was it Cardi B or one of them damn girls that would have been the strip club and took $10,000 and threw it at the girl or whatever because she could, this, that, and the other.
Now your conversation is getting to my level of this subject matter.
Uh-huh.
I, with $10 billion, ain't finna give no stripper $10,000. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
No.
Right. That's ridiculous to me. That's ridiculous.
So the hell no.
No.
Everybody sing. Hell no. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Hey, granddaughter. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
We're not doing that. I be seeing them guys with these stars entertainers and
you know,
blowing
and right and this that, and other. Now to have expendable cash, I would love that. And being in the now let me here's where it is. This is why I'm broke, bitches. You ain't gonna never get around the ballers are carrying on because the mentality is different, right? So it's like, okay. So I'm not necessarily tripping, but then I am tripping, right? Because I do not like feeling as though I cannot contain myself. I can't participate the way I want to participate. And this child, I do not like that. And I'm in the car. I didn't even bring my own car. So I couldn't even get the fuck up and walk out and say, bitch, I'm out because I was done. And this, that, and the other. There was, I'm like, oh, bitch, wait. And I'm sitting up there, high, because I hit the joint, I hit the blunt. Yeah, I hit it. Okay. Because I'm having this heterosexual experience with these folks, right?
Wait, well, hold up. Wait a minute.
What?
Let me put some shots out in it. All right, hold up.
Uh-huh.
You gonna take heterosexual and match it to weed smoking?
I did.
Shame on you.
No, not a shame. It's not a shame because I'm not necessarily a smoker. But when I get
heterosexuals, all of them are not necessarily.
No, I know.
But don't do us like that. You're trying to do people bad, bro.
I didn't do y'all bad. I just said I'm just having a heterosexual experience.
You be like all fingers and doggone paint by numbers and shit when you're talking about the rainbow this week. Talking about that.
The rainbow is a multitude of colors, honey. Y'all motherfuckers are black and white, honey. Black, white, brown, and navy, honey.
Why are you so mean?
And every now and again, a burgundy and an olive green.
You don't distribute some colors. At least they all didn't come out in a year. But yeah. I mean, that's crazy, like.
But I want you guys to.
We are the world.
We are
the children.
And the children. The children. We
gotta make a better way, so let's start living.
Yes, and I'm living. Okay.
So
now, and that was a choice.
And we saved our own life.
Okay, well, I did, because I didn't go back to that ATM, that crooked ass ATM, because I didn't have it.
Why is it crooked?
Okay.
So mean.
I'm like, okay, cutesy. So now this is where we are, okay? And I'm using my own experience here because, like I said, that child, that night has sent me into a tailspin mentally because I'm like, damn, am I adequate enough for this, that, and the other? Everything about me became that way. And then I'm looking at how I make my money and this, that, and the other. I'm looking at my hustle and I'm like, bitch, okay, that's fucked up. And I'm like, it got me there, right? And it's like, okay, ooh, I do not like being here. Okay. So now, having said all that, when we talk about upgrading and carrying on, because that seemed to be the thing, let me upgrade you. Everybody want to, let me get you to a new outfit and carrying on. You need to this, that you need to this and that. And then once you get here and you on this particular level, are you there? As a genuine upgrade, have your mindset changed and have your lifestyle changed? Okay. Or are you there faking the funk because you're trying to fit in and just want to keep up with the Joneses to say that I can participate?
Who wants to be like?
Okay. And then the other question becomes, if you feel you are out of your league, okay, why? And then the follow-through question to that is, are you really out of your league if you never experienced it, and yet you have to learn the process? Because you got to learn it. If you don't know it, if you won't learn it.
When they're wrong.
Right.
Do what the Romans do.
Okay. So, all right. So that's all of me. So, do you got anything to add to this? To that?
Yeah. Shout out to the strip club and the girls. And
Well, the partners they're talking about, damn, Meach, we gonna have to do an investigation on you. Shit, none of us got the dance. You got all 4. You got 4. I mean, boy, and I said, it's not that I don't know what to do when I'm here. After this, if I don't know what to do, okay. Hell, when I'm at the club or whatever, I dance with girls all the time. I know how to bump and grind and carry on and just done it. It's fun. It ain't like I'm trying to have a date. It ain't like I'm trying to, do
but
this.
what happens when the one that's really attracted to you and she's aggressive and she's grabbing your mini-me, and she's making your mini-me go to the service and he's saluting. Are you gonna feel violated?
Yes.
Is you crazy?
You ask me, am I going to feel violated? Yes, the fuck I am.
Ooh, he cussed.
Yes. But let me put a caveat on it. Exactly. I'm gonna put a caveat on that. I know I'm in a place that is selling sex and fantasy, or sexual fantasy. Because that's the whole idea. Now, I've said this before. I have at clubs and things going to see the dancing at the clubs. If a female, can make me go in my pocket and give her $1 or $2, that's a bad bitch. If she can make me say, well, hold up, bitch, you working, okay? If she can make me do that, give her some money, that's a badass bitch. Okay.
I mean,
however,
I understand that you don't want to give your money to the other team. I get it. I understand that. But
why are you so cut and dry? It's not that, but go ahead.
It's the other team.
Okay.
And you're very passionate about it.
Go ahead.
So, okay, it's okay.
I can't say it.
But if it was all the Queen's men, some tell me your whole check would just be up in there. We'll be counting the little meaties flying down.
You know what? Let me tell you something with that.
Bolo will be up there like that. Yeah, Meach, I'm glad you showed up tonight.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go there.
And Meach gonna be in there making it kamikaze. Go ahead.
Okay, but I still have a limit, and I still don't go over my limit with dancers and strippers.
But you'll be looking at me like, nigga, hurry up.
No, I won't look at you like, nigga, hurry up. I was done. See, did you miss that part of the story? I was done.
No, you're not done just because you're out of money.
I was done.
You don't know etiquette. You don't know etiquette.
I was done.
When you're in a strip club, right?
Yeah.
Just because you're out of money don't mean you're out of fun.
Fine. I was done.
No, you were upset.
I was done.
You went over your budget.
When my money was gone.
You went over your budget.
Yeah. No, well, okay, yeah.
You went over your budget a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And you got a little bit of JJ juice on you. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
What? It's okay, me. You are here to talk about it.
You are dumb. You are dumb.
It burns. Go ahead.
The thing of it is,
go ahead.
I've heard no, the time it didn't for me.
It will if something wrong with it. Go ahead.
No, that's true. No. I was. There was nothing else there for me.
Right.
Okay, so it's like, okay, I'm here.
My thing is this. Okay. Let's say you go to Bulldog.
Uh-huh.
Free plug. How y'all doing? Anyway, look.
Did you?
All right.
I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
Sure.
Give me something hard. I need something hard.
See, talking about bulldogs, you need something hard. Get excited. Hey, bulldogs, need some hard. Look,
No,
anyway,
that's
what was
poodles.
that? What?
I said no, it's poodles. We call it poodles.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever your dog is. That's your doggy style. Okay, it's cool. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
What I'm saying is, if you went to that particular space
Right.
where the poodles lay, okay,
Right.
and you know that they were having
Strippers for the night.
little pit bull dances, right? And
Right.
you throwing money, right?
Right.
Okay, when you're done throwing money and stuff, you're not gonna hang out because it's your comfortable environment and have a couple of drinks just because the little pit bulls are over with and gone, you know what I'm saying? But the place is still open.
The bar is still open, and yeah, this bar is known for dancing and for congregation. I'm in a strip club like this in this environment for the first time like this. I keep stressing like this. Okay, because it is a stripper club. This is not some dance hall that has, today we got the strippers. This is what they make their money off of, period. So it's like, okay.
You think it's something different between girls that dance at a big club or the little?
No, I know I'm making a distinction between them because there's a difference. You keep asking, your question to me was, if I'm done tipping the dancers, will I just leave the bar and I just sit around? I'm at the bar. This is a whole I'm not at a strip bar where everybody up in here for the get everything that work here is dancing if they're not on security or at the door or behind the bar. Everybody else is coming to see them. Okay. And then they're going to hang out, but this is their environment. Okay. If we're going over here to Poodles, I went to Poodles, honey, to go to the bar. It just so happens tonight they got the dancers. Okay, cool. Let me see what they're working with, honey. If it's something that I like and I feel like tipping, I'll tip. If they're not hitting on nothing, honey, I'm going over here to the back and going to finish my night because I came to the bar.
What's in the back?
The pool table and the folk playing cards or whatever.
Oh, they got balls and sticks in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I should still say if you were going for a particular reason and it was over with, you would still feel comfortable hanging out, still staying there, which is the same there. Just because you're out of money, you don't mean you're done.
Well, I was then. I was done. I was like, okay.
But you were done when we walked in the door. Your FPPN was out. We know you're allergic to fish. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I came in. No, I was not done coming in the door. This is an experience. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then shit got to going the way it was going. I'm like, okay, new. All right, let me not trip because I know I'm tripping. So let me not trip. And then, boom. So now it's like, okay, pull me together. So now I'm pulling me together. I'm sitting down. I'm having a little cocktail, honey, and this and the other. I'm in my little land and have 4 little dances. Okay, cute. Okay, I'm good. Would you date a stripper? Huh?
Would you date a stripper?
Would I date? Yeah, I would.
You would?
I would. I would.
Okay.
I would. And the reason I would, because number one, I know that me being me, I know that there's protections that need to be there, whatever the case may be. I know that I can establish whatever trust thing that we can be there because I'm a good communicator. So if we can't trust each other, then that's a no. But if I can trust and this, that, and the other, then cool. That there is that. I can date. Now marry is a whole different thing. I don't know if I don't know if we could be, like exclusively in this, that, and I don't know if I would go that far, but to date and say, yay, this, that, and the other, or be friends with benefits, that kind of thing. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
Really?
Yeah, I could do that.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I want to test the theory.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do a show. I'm going to put, since we're live, I'm going to put it out there.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do a show. We're going to do a private party.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to do a show, and it's going to be dedicated to the dancers.
Okay.
And there's going to be a dancer assigned to you the entire show.
Okay.
All right. And I just wanted you to be able to see your expressiveness when fish is close to you like that.
What did you think? I treat them like women.
You treat them like women.
Yeah, ladies.
I did not say you mistreat. Just like you get other words out of my conversation. I didn't say you mistreat anybody.
Uh-huh.
I said your expressions. You don't have a poker face.
I don't.
Okay, so let's not say everything like you don't understand what I'm saying. Okay? When you see ill is projected. You understand me?
But that's across the board. But no, listen. Okay. Chad, we on this too long. Okay.
Yeah, we're about to go to commercial break.
Yeah, we on this too long.
I'm out of one.
He gonna send me to the bar, ain't that a bitch? Okay. Give me some singles. But anywho, no. What y'all say, okay, about upgrading and coming up and carrying on and realizing that you're out of your league? Because now I'm using the strip club here because that was my experience that got me in my mind all twisted and carrying on. But what about those who, I've been in a car club, okay? Ain't had no money to get my car and should have been kicked out because the rules were within 3 months, you had to have 3 upgrades to the car in order to be part of the damn club. Money didn't come through like that, okay, to do upgrades or whatever. And it doesn't have to be the real expensive ones, honey. You know, you start small and this, that, and the third. And I was trying to get, anyway, I'm going on a tangent. But anything, you know, that comes in that particular, for those of y'all who like to, your fashionistas and carrying on, for those of y'all who love a good coach and a good product and carrying on, y'all know y'all can't afford that shit on a regular, but you go break your ass to go get it, and this, that, and the third, to do what? Well, all y'all who sit up there when y'all got your stimulus checks, honey, I would, child, when Obama gave us the first $600 that year, and these motherfuckers was out here at Greenbrier Mall, and that damn line was wrapped around Greenbrier Mall to get them damn Jordans, because they got the little stimulus check.
Boy.
So that, okay, you're trying to keep up, you know, what is it? Okay, that's what that is. So here, let me take a little commercial break. Y'all stay with me, honey, and I want y'all to bring your comments now. Thank you for all the anniversary wishes. Yes, we are 16 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
Yeah.
Years old. Okay, and we doing this thing, honey. So okay, listen. Wait a minute. Where do I want to start? We'll start here. Okay, stay right there. We'll be right back. Okay. Be bold. Be unique. Be the tea. With a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big MEACH. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is.
Have you tried Big Rob popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in an FDA-approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at Hey Big Rob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
Welcome to Alo Nana. Treat yourself to the luxurious experience of having all natural shea butter soaps and body balms that will soften, radiate, and even exfoliate your skin. Alo Nana products are designed with you in mind to promote overall health and wellness the way that nature intended. No dyes, no colors, no chemicals. Just pure love, like receiving a hug from grandma. Get your Alo Nana today. Contact Aunt Nikki on IG or call 267-629-1364. Alo Nana, building a legacy, not a letdown.
How you all doing? My name is Jason Pander and I'm the CEO and founder of B Condoms. Today I'm about to give you a demonstration to show you why B Condoms are the strongest condoms in the market. There's nothing better. What we're going to do today is I took one of our Platinum XL condoms, we're going to put it over a cucumber, and what I'm going to show you is that we can cut through this cucumber without actually breaking the integrity of our condom. Now you can see I put the condom over this cucumber. I'm going to take a knife. We're going to now cut through it. Now, keep in mind, all condoms are not able to do this. This is something special, all right? Our condoms are pH friendly for the women, all right? They're vegan friendly, they're organic. We don't have any of the toxins that you'll find in other types of condoms, like the caseins, the glycerins, the glutens, any of those. That's why our condoms are odorless and all cuts through the cucumber. Now watch this. Take some water, open it up. No holes. This is what you get when you purchase a B condom. The best quality on the market, black owned, and make sure to protect the culture with B condoms. Nothing's better. Thank you. Jason Panda tapping out.
Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and or services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big MEACH at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com. The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing Tea TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing Tea Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised. Oh, bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Okay. All right. Okay, we got a little beverage, darling. Okay. Y'all know, I tell y'all, these little things, I used to think that these are little white boy sensitive, honey, right? And things until I tried them, honey. Yes, I was very, that way, to have folks do this, and they would be like, I'll take these. Cheddar and sour cream. Okay. So darlings, yeah, so we got a little vodka soda water. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, okay, that's cute. All right. So now let's get into this. Okay, let's get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we were talking about the upgrading and carrying on, but it also filters into this. And I think this topic here is going to be something. I told y'all that we were going to touch on the comfort zone. Is it a lie or is it convenient? Okay. And I'm going to stretch that because in that comfort zone comes a bigger question that was posed. And the bigger question becomes marriage or mirage? Are they one and the same?
Excuse me. This is a mirage.
Okay. And all of that, see all the subjects tonight and the things that we want to talk about, see, they all interlock and intertwine in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Because folks end up, you know, dealing in marriages or thinking that they're in marriages and stuff because they're in their comfort zone. You know, they don't leave when they're supposed to leave, or they get into it because they think that this is what it is. You're in your comfort zone because you think everything feels good. You know all the tricks and the trades or whatever. But then what ends up happening is that it's no longer a marriage when it becomes a mirage because you are projecting all kinds of the shit that ain't there. You know? Y'all know how it is when we grew up and it was like, you know, the family business stay inside the house, to, you know, keep your business out, don't put your business in the street. And, you know, everybody look like a Hallmark card, honey. Oh, they so nice and so this and so that. But when you get behind closed doors, honey, you are an after school store because all hell done broke loose. Okay. What is that? Okay. The what? Bitch.
What?
No, ma'am.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, ma'am.
Let me mute my TV first of all, because I was watching first. So y'all know I be had to be to work at 5 in the morning now, but I ain't going to work tomorrow. Hey y'all.
Hey, baby. Look who here,
Hello.
y'all. Happy anniversary, sugar. You know we turned 16 on the 1st.
Happy anniversary. What is it? How many years?
16.
16. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lord, today.
Look at that child.
What's up, Nick?
Right.
Hey y'all. Do y'all see this in back of me?
Oh.
Do y'all see what the Lord has done?
Okay. Okay.
I done cooked more in 3 days than I done cooked in the past 4 months.
Well, do it, girl. Okay. Okay. Well,
I'm glad.
Yeah, I heard as I was coming in.
Okay.
So y'all know I had a couple mirages myself. Yes. You know, I had a few mirages.
Okay.
Y'all know I ain't ashamed to talk about.
Okay.
So let's get into it.
Well, let's get into it because here's the thing. Now, you know, I haven't been married, but you know, the one relationship that, you know, is the bane of my existence, honey. What was that mirage and illusion?
Right.
Because it was all in my head. You know, I pressed forward to keep that going. I did this and did that because of what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that it was going to be this, and I thought it was going to be that, and you know, and this done, and I refused to look at what it was. You know, I didn't want to take the rose-colored glasses off because then that would have meant that I'm back in the doghouse again. I'm now the one that ain't got no boyfriend no more. All my circle, everybody coupled off and carrying on. And here we do a couple shit, and I'm the single one yet again.
Right.
And so it becomes all of that. So what do? We stay in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, because we know what this hell is. We don't decide to step out to say, you know what, let me do X, Y, and Z, or let me look into this, or whatever that, let me be bold to say, you know what, I deserve more.
Right.
And let me come up out of this because this is toxic. Why are we afraid to label shit toxic for us when we know that it is, and we're afraid to break away from it?
But we quick to call out somebody else's.
One of the biggest things with that is I can only speak for the urban community, right?
Right.
And which are the people who are more susceptible to be scared of change.
Right.
Okay.
They are so afraid of change.
Right. Because you'd rather stick with the crazy you know.
And I'm glad that I have been surrounded by people that have been places, done things, have poured into me very fast, you know what I'm saying, for me to not fall into the crutches of being afraid of change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that can put you in a place so crazy. Because like you said, in your mind, you'll still be right where you thought you was at, and that whole world's gone. And it's amazing that we as urban communities are more, you know what I'm saying, we're the people that go through that more than anybody. You know, lack of communication, fear of change.
Fear of change. I think that's the biggest reason. We don't have to say too many more things because the biggest reason is we are afraid of change. But what people don't realize is the second you let it go and start learning who you are, then you won't fall back in that, because once you get to the place of I know how I want to be treated, I allowed myself to be treated another way so I wouldn't be by myself. But you'll get into that season of I'd rather be by myself than to let you treat me any kind of way. Then we get to learn what you know is best for you, and then you won't accept anything else.
Okay, you know what? Let's break that down a little bit.
Okay.
Because oftentimes in our upgrade and in our leveling up, we end up thinking the funk, because oftentimes what we do, we cap it.
Oh yeah, ain't that what the kids say?
We sit up there and neck roll and and it's almost, you know what I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it casting a spell. A lot of times we end up there because we have to. It's like you chanting it because you don't believe it yourself,
right?
But you saying it enough to where eventually you believe it.
You believe.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
And the lie was built on superficial shit because you don't know what the real is, because you come out of
that right there. You don't know what the real is.
You know?
You don't know. You don't know because you've been living in the damn lie for so long.
Right. That. Okay. So we're there. So now comes the challenge of learning how to separate fact from fiction.
That.
Okay. Because in order to do that, that requires us having to look in that mirror and be very, 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 very brutally honest with ourselves.
You're gonna have to get butt ass naked.
Butt ass.
butt ass naked with you and that mirror. And ain't
And
nobody
go
else there you can
into it
lie
for
to.
real. Everybody keeps saying that we want to keep it 100, but we don't never want to treat ourselves at 100. We only want to deal with what we know is. We don't even talk about our flaws.
Because uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable. You're not going to ever succeed until you learn to get uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When you learn to get uncomfortable, then you'll start learning to take emotions of consistency and put it towards your life.
Oh, I like that.
You
I like that. I like that.
You'll start learning that if I don't, this won't.
You know
what I'm saying?
Come on. That's the banner. Hold on. That is a banner that is going to go across the damn ticker tape, honey.
And people got to understand too, like Nikki just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to get naked in order to dress up.
Okay.
If you don't dress up to the situation of the occasion, everything you've been putting on because you didn't strip yourself down to see what's inside of you.
Right.
You're only covering up the wounds with superficial materials.
Mm-hmm. She'll be back, y'all, in a minute. Hold on.
That fashion that you had is not even an outfit, and it's not even beautiful. What's beautiful is the fact that you doggone stripped down naked and went inside yourself and cleaned out everything that you know don't belong there.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can take that part of you and dress it up.
Right.
But dressing up a person of no accountability. You know what I'm saying? A person of 100% victimization. Everything they do is created to make them the victim.
Okay, that part.
Never admitting their part in anything.
Right.
You're a covered up sore of life.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm gonna go here as well. And that there is oftentimes we're looking for a blame.
Yep.
We want somebody to blame. We want somebody to be accountable for something that is not theirs. You want everybody else to take accountability for all the wrong, refusing to look at yourself and take what part of it is yours. Because oftentimes we'll sit up there and say, I didn't do nothing. You know what? And if you didn't do nothing, perhaps that's the problem. You didn't do a goddamn thing.
Maybe you should have done something.
You should have done something. You hear? Maybe that's the problem. Okay, and that's your responsibility. Okay, if I didn't do nothing, perhaps if I had done something, this could have changed or whatever. So you have to become accountable for your part. And oftentimes when we're looking for change, folks won't change, but they don't want the accountability or the responsibility that change brings. Okay? We can tell everybody else to do it. Oh, you need to change your mind. You need to change your hair. You need to change your clothes and Okay? Drop that hero and zero and get yourself a hero. Okay? And all these little cute little shits that we love to say. You know, but oftentimes we do not want to have the accountability and or the responsibility that all that is attached to. Accountability and or the responsibility I love that. All that is attached to. How about that? Okay. That bears repeating.
Yeah.
That bears repeating. Okay.
Big things over here.
Okay, dig it. So in that, you know, marriage, mirage. Are they one and the same? I guess it depends on who you ask, right? Because look at it from this particular perspective.
But what if you ask a narcissist?
Okay.
One that's not going to be accountable. One that's going to make every situation everybody else's fault, even their own actions. Their physical actions become the fault of somebody else's. I got a question. How, Soy?
Okay. Okay. All of that. All of that. In a nutshell. Okay. So let's look at the mirage of those who think that they are in relationship and you stalking somebody because they don't want to be bothered with you. But in your head, you done concocted this damn shit in your head. Okay? Now, how about, here's a good one. How about those of you who got friends with benefits and y'all say y'all want no strings attached? But in your head, you done already picked out the dress. You done picked out the dress. You done got the china pattern, the dishes. Okay.
And you know, that's a real thing because I used to be warned that when I was younger.
Yes.
that I need to understand that the aggressive female that spoke to you first, that came, you know, that came to you and acknowledged you first, she had already saw y'all in bed in her home and picked out the dress.
She picked out the dress. She already said yes to the dress, honey, and she is matching the drapes and the carpet.
And she did this as hello.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So when we talk about that mirage, okay, let's talk about also how y'all are married for convenience. Okay.
Right.
The world don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but on paper you're married. I'll give you a good example. I knew a lesbian woman. Well, of course, that's redundant. I knew a lesbian. Lesbian. Okay. I like saying that like that. I know the word lesbian, but lesbian sounds just okay. The lesbians. Okay. She was lesbian and she married a gay man. Why? Because they were in the military. Okay. And so in order to keep everything down, because this is well before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So in order to keep all the suspicion and stuff down and for them to keep their benefits and this, that, and the other, they married. Okay. But as civilians, they were living totally separate lives. He was in a whole separate house. He had the husband had a husband and she had a wife. Okay. But on paper, the world known them as Mr. and Mrs.
But,
okay.
They have also a mirage of marriage, right? That's considered to be what I like to label is a one-sided convenience.
Ooh! Don't you do it? No, you better. Go right there. Go right there.
There are men.
Go right there.
Women out here that will carry a relationship all the way up through marriage just to live the life. Just to be a facade of what a good relationship is.
That the upgrade, the come up. That's the other one I was trying to think of. The come up.
So yeah, you know, their vows become: do you ignorant human being, vow to level up on this person? mistreat them and don't communicate with them and have sex with everybody else when they're not around.
Oh, did you go there?
And all these devils can say, I do. Do you
Wow.
vow to make sure that you come up and get everything that you can and floss out in the streets and pretend it's yours? Cap. And all I devils say, I do.
Okay.
My thing is this. I was speaking earlier about this. When people started this, we're going to write our own vows thing, I started to think about that.
Okay.
And what came into my mind, right? I'm going to tell you what made me think. The vows are written, and the program of marriage is something that God holds dear to his heart.
Okay.
But you want to have the audacity to go in and change the ceremonial attributes.
Well,
when you can use the ceremonial attributes for traditional bonding, right? And your vows of life. But no, people want to write their own vows to avoid the real ones. Because they're not there for the real marriage.
Oh, how about it? Now that, and maybe when you said that earlier, that hit me. That hit me because I'm like, okay, you know what? Wait a minute. I thought I was gonna break that down and this, that, and that. I'm like, no, because I like your take on it. I like that stance on it because we get so pretty. I've heard, folks who wrote their own vows or whatever, and in those vows, I barely even hear somebody say, I vowed to protect and this and it all becomes a bunch of flow. Oh, when we met and I was just so intrigued and I was so in love and I was so this and I felt so bad. And
the point is this. The point was this, and I don't care who don't like it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm born and raised in Chicago and I'm gonna do something Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest with you. They wanted to take out for sickness and health, to death do you part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To love, honor, and obey. That's how they would attempt to remove it without trying to be confrontational about it.
Right. Right.
And make it like you're doing something so sweet. Oh, we're gonna write our own vows. It's so beautiful. No, it's beautiful how you did the doggone Walter Payton shuffle to dodge your responsibilities and accountability in a marriage that God doggone is supposed to be doggone blessing and pouring into. That is not of God. It is of garbage.
Ooh.
So start out like that on the wrong foot and end up on the wrong foot.
Have mercy. Have mercy. Mic drop, enough said. Okay. So, all right. Marriage or mirage, honey. Oh God, that's.
We shouldn't even have to talk about this subject.
I know.
You know, our ancestors, even in slavery, had the most beautiful and most bonding, loyal, and strongest marriages.
Yeah.
What happened to y'all? Y'all used to be beautiful.
Well, I think this is what has happened over the years. The whole idea or the institution of marriage has changed. Okay. A lot of folks now are marrying for the come up or the upgrade. A lot of folks are marrying for convenience. A lot of folks are forced to get married because there's a child on the way. A lot of folks are marrying simply because they don't want to be lonely. This is my last chance. This is my only opportunity. And you take the first proposal that comes to you, honey. Oh my God, he proposed.
I got one for you. The marriage of elements. That's what I call it.
Oh, come on.
Do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband to keep the rain, sleet, and snow off your ass. Until he catch you doing shit that you really want to do because you're not really here right now.
Well,
I do. All the, all the devils.
Okay. Miko says marriage back then and everything was based on performance, survival, and faking our way to the top. You know what? Let's go right there. Because see, one of the things about that, you know, back in the day, and I'm going to come up to, let me come out of the slavery days, because it was illegal for us to get married at one point. We couldn't marry. How about that? God put us together, but you're going to tell God that we can't get married. Okay, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, then it became when we were legally married, we then were keeping our marriages together because we were fighting for our families, coming from the tragedy of having our family split and torn away and carried on at slavery or during slavery because they were breaking up the families. Okay. But our great grandparents and our grandparents and carrying on were there in the trenches. Okay. This is where a lot of that, when you hear women say, well, a man gonna be a man, honey. Okay, because women stayed. Yeah, he cheated. Yeah, he did this. And yeah, he may have a separate family on the other side of town. But a lot of that was post-traumatic slave disorder because of what we going through. You know, our ancestors have been sold and carried on. So they got one family here, been sold off, that made a whole new family over here and got a whole nother wife or whatever. And ain't divorced from this one. You know, but then were they ever married? Because, you know, marriage was illegal. So we have that kind of thing that's been passed on to us, okay, over generations and over generations. And the same fight that we had for marriage back in the day, child, it's so watered down and diluted now to where, hell, folks are marrying, looking for the dude. Okay, how many times have y'all heard somebody say, oh, that's my next ex-husband right there?
Yeah.
Have y'all heard that? Oh, that's my next ex-husband right over there. Okay.
Have you heard somebody say, hey, man, you slept on her too?
Okay. And so, but Miko said, yep, survival mode. Okay. Exactly. Okay. And then, too, mind you, let's understand marriage back in the day, too. I'm glad you said that, Miko, because a lot of the women, honey, didn't have skills. Women couldn't do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so they were tethered to their husbands. So where were they going to go? Okay, they had to stay there. They had to be a part of a marriage or whatever and they had to make it work. Because right now he's the one that got control because he who had earned the gold make the rules. Okay, so marriage was a whole lot different back in the day. Okay, where women had to sit down there and deal with emotion. Most of them were emotionally abused. Okay, because you had to take all the muck and the mire and all the colorful language and this, that, and the other. You know, talking about your food and carrying on because he tripping. You know, and whatever that is, and this, that, and the third. So marriage was a lot different because women had to fight in order to maintain what it was they had. Okay. Now let's move to the 70s, honey, because let's see, I'm a 70s baby. Okay. We coming out of free, make love, not war. Okay, we got the women's lib movement coming on and carrying on. We're right in the epicenter of the welfare system coming in, telling Black folks that they can't have no man in the house with their children and carrying on. Okay, because if you got a man, honey, that's fraud. Y'all saw Claudine fraud. Okay, and not to mention that my child, honey, this is my son who's 17. As a young man, but he ain't no man yet. He's still at home with me, but they put his ass out because he's the man. Now he needs to get a job. Okay, so we're dealing with all of that, and so now when we talk about marriage, honey, Eddie Murphy done tarnished us all when he said, "I'm gonna have his shit." You know, give me half, honey. Half, AG. Okay.
Let me tell you about OOOO. This message goes to every OOOO in America.
Okay.
It would be a good idea if you ever met somebody like me and the system did them wrong.
Okay.
Because of your shenanigans.
Well.
You might want to call the fire department from the courthouse.
Okay.
Because I'm going to burn it to the ground.
Okay, before I let you have it.
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, honey, I'll burn this bitch down before I let you have it.
I'm burning it to the ground, and you can find all the vehicles off the side of the mountain.
See?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You want to play that game? We all going to start out barefoot.
Okay. Okay, we all going to start over. You know what? Let's go right there, because I said this is what I said I wanted to talk about. Why is it that we are here in this world that we live in, and all of this patriarchal decisions and carrying on? You know, the patriarchy is always on top, and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Why is it that we are in a world still that accepts the fact that a man must always start over? In a divorce, honey, listen, I bought the house, I bought the cars for us. How is it that you get the car, you get the this, and you get the that, and the judge up there say, I'm the one that got to leave my motherfucking house. I got to leave my house. I got to not take my shit with me. You get to keep everything, and I'm the one that's got to start over? And there is no job that recognizes that with me and sit up there and say, hey, I understand you going through a bad way, but don't no job do that.
Oh, while we're right here, if this is happening to you in America right now, please reach out to the Big Red Fellow at wahr.atlanta@gmail.com. I have a segue that is totally legal that will protect all of your assets during the situation. And I promise you, you will thank me later. Yes, I call it the Untouchable Project. And I'm sharing it with the world because I'm untouchable. You understand that? So, again, reach out to me.
Okay. And that's on God, honey. Okay. Wait a minute. Miko said, and this is why we keep rewarding bad behavior and constantly excusing abuse. Post-traumatic slave syndrome, honey. PTSS. Okay. Give it to me, honey. So, you know, this here, I'm very passionate about this because when it comes down to the men of this country, okay, I watched my brother go through, y'all heard me say this on a few occasions, I watched my brother go through with his first wife, with the whole child support system, okay? I have seen men just, you know, they have to restart their lives. And what I've also find unfair is that if he gets remarried and has a whole new wife, new children, that the ex-wife would come up in here and they was up there and punish the new wife for carrying on, you know, to some bullshit. I have a problem with that. I have a major problem with that. And men folk, we need to get together and start lobbying the folks up there in who make all the rules and things, and get something on here to where men are better protected. That it doesn't make sense that a man who is already making the bare minimum on a job, and yet because you know put me on this doggone court docket.
Let me give you an example of something that I sat back and I watched. Right. I'm not gonna say anything because I went to high school with them and they became famous in the NBA. But
right.
Yet and still, they had 2 children with this particular young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She had 18 years. Really, she had better. She had 25 years. They all went to college, get their degrees. because she stood on that support system. And this is what my problem was, right? She didn't work none the whole time they were growing up, stay-at-home mom, because she was receiving, are you ready for this?
Give it to me.
38 grand per child per month.
And they had 3 kids?
Two. Wait a minute. Don't hold on. That's 2 by the person I know. She had 1 other child, total 3 kids. Getting 20-something thousand a month because his dad was also an NBA player. Now I need to ask you a question. I ain't no rocket science.
Come on now.
But I'm trying to figure out where there's a $38,000 diaper at. Because at the end of the day, they give you WIC, food stamps, and Medicare to take care of a baby over here on the south side. So why is it she got to be in Country Club Hills? Well, the place is Cherry Hills. Okay, I ain't trying to.
He said Country Club Hills.
But she got to be there with these children. Private schools, and that's another thing too. When you do this to a man, you let the woman take everything to another level. They got nannies, the whole 9 yards, and you make that all so that money makes sense.
Exactly.
And this is, I'm not understanding this because if it only costs 15 grand a year to raise this kid,
right.
Why does it take $38,000 a month to raise this one that has never lived in that lifestyle? So you can't blame it on them being used to living a certain way because they never were married.
Wow. So
I sat back and watched that, and I knew right then that we are surviving on our own regardless in this world because them laws are not for us. The safety laws are not for black men. They are, let me tell you something. There's a massive hunt, and we're the prey.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
You all better wake up and understand. And then we're being preyed after by a system called child support. That is an illegal entity that does not even supposed to exist in the governmental status.
How about it?
Those jobs are made up. That department is a farce. And everything they do, the way they do it, is illegal. Yes, it is. They break all kind of laws, but we don't do the homework and we don't check and see what's going on. And then when you catch them up, they let you off.
Okay.
And look at you like, well, we're not giving you no money.
Right. Okay.
Just like I've seen somebody pay 18 years of child support to a child, and he get a DNA test, and it was never his.
It was never his,
and she knew it.
And we had a case similar to that in Detroit, and the judge told the guy, "Well, you're the only father that she knows. Okay, you've gotten her accustomed to a certain lifestyle, or whatever the case may be." I'm like, what?
Why is it always like this for us?
That I'm trying to make it make sense, and I don't believe that we can because there's nothing there that y'all can tell me that would make it make sense. Okay, 2 parents came and was able to give birth or at least impregnate. Okay, and yet the fathers are always the ones left behind. You know, get all the grief. Yeah, it's
sickening.
Yeah, it's ridiculously sickening, and I don't know how else to describe it, honey. But listen, what I'm going to do is Wait a minute, did I get through all my topics? Yeah, because I intertwined everything.
Yeah, because we're going to have a party.
Okay. Okay. So listen, we're gonna let you guys go. We're gonna thank you guys once again for coming up in here. Okay, because y'all know usually here on Fridays and Saturdays. Y'all know I had stopped doing the Saturdays because Saturdays has been our way to get out and about into the city. Now, what has been happening is, we haven't had a crew with us or whatever to where we could record those things or whatever to bring it back to you. But for our 16th season, we got some stuff coming down the line.
Mm-hmm. Stand by.
We got some stuff coming down the line, and it's going to go in the category of if you want something different, okay, you got to do something that you've never done before. Okay,
that's true.
And so it's going to be in that category. Okay, if you want to do something new, you got to you got to do something new. Okay. Or if you want something new, you got to do something new. Okay. So we got some stuff coming down the pipeline or whatever that's going. This is going to be.
I just need everybody to hit us up in the email and ask us, drop an email to us and give you if you want a t-shirt or apron. Yes, I said apron. Give us a a color, and give us a size t-shirt you want, and we'll hit you back with the total on it. We won't hurt you back, but it'll definitely be customized for you.
Right.
And we'll get it right out to you.
Right, because we do got merch coming, other merch and stuff coming. Yeah, we're yeah. Child, it's 16 years, and some of the stuff we should have done a while ago, but stuff didn't come into place the way that we wanted it. But we got some stuff coming down the line. And listen, for all of you who want to support me in my campaign, y'all know I'm running for city council here in College Park.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all go to my Facebook pages and carry it on because I'm going to put the link there. As a matter of fact, wait a minute, I could put it here. Let me just go ahead on and I'm gonna put it up in here because y'all could donate. We got to get these donations up, honey. Okay. Because I got to get on the ballot. I need 2K in order to do what I need to do to get on this ballot. Okay. So y'all do that for me. And let's make it happen. Tell your family and friends, honey, $5. Give me your Starbucks coffee money. Okay. Just for a day. Okay. And let that happen. Wait a minute. I can't find the link. So just be on the lookout because I'm gonna put it up somewhere. I know it's on my pages and carrying on, but right now I can't find that other link. In whole, I need the whole thing, and right now it's broken up. So do that and know that we're coming back at you again, real. So it was cute to have Nikki up in here. I don't know what happened with her phone, but yes. So with that being said, darling, you may finish all of your crumpets, baby, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. With Big Meach and the big guy ally over here, honey. This is the Minister Lavelle Hayes Sr. Okay. Okay, Senior. So on that note, yeah, wait a minute. I'm always late. There we go. So we're gonna do that. And so listen. If you love us like you say you do, honey, like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends to come on over here and do the damn thing. If you hate us, don't like us, want to get your haterade on, honey, you can tell all of your motherfucking enemies to come over here to like, subscribe, and to share. But do know this, that everything that we're doing over here as through the hard way, everything that we're doing over here in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion will move forward. My darling, honey, it's a brand new day. This is 2025 going into 2026. Dishing tea with Big Meach is now 16 years old, sweet 16 and never been kissed. Now I got my lips puckered. So on that note, my darling, honey, I think you all will see you guys next time, okay? So, scene. Ha!